Okay, so here we are back with part 4. I didn't go to a Harley dealership. I went to a kind of a Harley specialty store. It's 529 Cycles in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And I went in there to get the part that I've linked online, and wasn't real happy with the price. I mean, it was kind of a lot more than I thought it was going to be. It was basically double the price of the link that I've put in part 4 or part 3. But with that, you get the inlet valve and you get a removal tool. And when I first looked at this removal tool, I thought, well, I don't know, I kind of like the wooden block method better. This is metal, probably aluminum, and then you do get the whole removal tool. You get minus the I forget what it's called. The name of it's escaped me. The threading device. What is that called? The tap. So you don't get that's the only thing you don't get is the tap. So which really kind of renders, you know, if you have a tap at home and it's the same size as this, then you're good to go. It is a 1/4 20 tap, and of course it will fit, you know, here right inside the brass piece that I tapped in part 3. So, and then this, you know, that's where it goes there. I mean, that's where that was, and then it will fit down over. It does, though, look like it's going to put a lot of added pressure on this part of the carburetor. I don't know if I would really want to do that or not. With the wooden block method, not that it's better than this, but with the wooden block method, it spread the pressure out a little bit more than just on this little collar. The guy at 529 Cycles did tell me that he's done this a couple different times, and he would caution you to, he said, just lube this up just a little bit, not much. He said just enough to just give it a light coating of, and he said real light, and make sure when you put this in you don't get it in there crooked, because if you do, you're going to split this, and you can see, you know, how, you know, there's nothing to support the outside of this on this side of the carburetor. And he said that's where it will split, is right there. He said, so be really careful, lube it up, and he said it shouldn't have any problems. So I'm not going to do that on camera. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a wooden jig for this side so that I can put this in my vise, and then I'm going to press fit this in with a vise, and I'm not going to do that on camera. You just want to make sure that when you do press fit this in there, that you get it in there at the right angle. You don't want it up here or whatever, because otherwise, you know, your hose isn't going to reach properly, or you'll have to get a new piece of hose, and, you know, I don't know whether that will change or interrupt the fuel flow. I was a little bit concerned about the fuel flow of this, whether it was the same or equal to what I have, and just eyeballing it, it looks the same. So it looks the same as the stock part for the Kine or carburetor, so it looks exactly right. And this is actually a Yost, Y-O-S-T performance part is what this says, and it says it fits all HD CV40 and CV44 carburetors, and it gives a year range, which doesn't really matter. One of the things that was asked on the forums that I saw both on ADV Rider and then KLR650.net before they went down is whether or not a pre-2010 fuel inlet would fit this carburetor. And to be honest, I think it will. It's a $5 part. However, with the pre-2010 part, it's got the bracket that holds this piece in. Whatever this piece is called, I'm not exactly, the name escapes me at the moment, holds this bracket and this inlet in. So will it work? I don't know. I asked Eaglemike the same question. He's ordered some. He's going to test it out, and he's going to get back with me, and then when he does, I'll let y'all know as soon as I know. So, like I said, I'm going to do this off camera, and I'll let you know how it turns out. So. Well, there it is. It's pressed in. I know it doesn't look like it's pressed in very far, but that's as far as it will go. And it's in there nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. It's not twisting, turning, none of that stuff. It sits well. My jig didn't work. I didn't use the vise to press it in, believe it or not. It went right in with these two thumbs. Why it did that, how it worked that way, I don't know. I tapped it with my hammer just real lightly a couple times just to make sure it was fully seated and in there. It doesn't twist, it's not coming out, and it's not going to leak. And I feel pretty good about it. Like I said, I'm looking at it, and it's not off center at all. So next step will be put it all back on the bike, put it all back together. I'll show you here in a second how to get the carburetor back on the bike, but it's pretty simple. You know, boot on the front, boot on the back, reconnect all the cables. So it's pretty much all you got to do. Then we'll be, you know, connect all the lines, the vacuum line here and here, vent tube here. Let's hope we don't break this, because if we do, you'll hear me scream. Yeah, so we're all set and good to go. All right, so now we're ready to go back on the bike with the carburetor. As you can see, I don't know if I touched on it in the last video or not, but it's all starting to run together a little bit for me. What I did is I went ahead and moved that SW Motec crash bar out of the way. As you can see, I didn't take it off the top. There's no reason to. I just took it off the bottom and the side where the foot pegs are. It gives me plenty of clearance, and so I can get that carburetor back in there. I'm going to go get the front end first, slide the back part into that boot, and then work the boot around with a screwdriver. And I've covered that screwdriver in electrical tape so I don't damage the boot. Alright, the front boot's in. I'll work that back one around. Of course, you don't want to damage the boot when you do this. So just work it nice and slow. All right. It's on there. But that's it, it's on, thank God. Of course, you know, it's just reconnecting all the cables and everything like that now, and, you know, making sure everything's level and getting the boot clamps back on and that stuff, connecting your lines. And so there we have it, finally in part 4, you know, there it is, back on. Just some minor boot adjustment and we'll be good to go. So thanks for all watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And, you know, if you guys run into this problem too and, you know, want to talk about some stuff that I didn't do, you know, please, by all means, you know, any constructive criticism is appreciated. So leave your comments down in the comment section. I'll leave all the appropriate links I can from, you know, all the parts I used and the people I talked to and stuff. And big thanks to Eaglemike and GoMotor on KLR650.net, as well as ChuckB. Couldn't have done it without you guys. I really appreciate all your help. See y'all in the next one. There she is, just purring like a kitten. Thanks for watching.